Hello everyone, we've got a variable acceleration question here with vectors. So it says at time t seconds where t is greater than or equal to 0, a particle p moves so that its acceleration a meters per second is given by a is equal to 1 minus 4t times by I plus 3 minus t squared j. At the instant when t equals 0, the velocity of the particle p is 36I. Find the velocity of p when t is equal to 4. Okay, so we're given an expression for the acceleration. So the acceleration is equal to 1 minus 4ti plus 3 minus t squared j. Okay. Now, what we've got to do here is we're trying to find an expression for the velocity. So velocity is equal to the integral of acceleration with respect to time. So we need to integrate this expression with respect to time. Okay, so let's do that then. So what's that going to give us when we integrate this with respect to time? Let's have a look. Ooh, got the pencil going. Okay, so that is going to go to t minus 4t squared over 2 times by I plus 3t minus t cubed over 3 j plus c, okay, where we don't know what c is. So that's our expression. It's like our, we would perhaps call it our general solution for the expression for the velocity. Now, what we've got to do here now at this stage is we've got to sub in, we're told that at time t is equal to 0, we're told that p is equal to 36I, okay, the velocity of p. The velocity is 36I. So we can sub that in. So 0, so it's going to be 36I plus 0j, that's the velocity when t equals 0, is going to equal 0 minus 0I plus 0 minus 0j plus c. Okay. So that's nice. So basically c is equal to 36I then. So c is equal to 36I. So now we've got our particular solution or our full equation. So t minus 4 over 2 is going to be 2t squared I plus 3t minus t cubed over 3j plus c, which is 36I. Okay, so that's just this equation from up here, simplified and just having the c subbed in as the 36. So let's combine these two elements together now. So what we've got here is t minus 2t squared plus 36 all times by I plus 3t minus t cubed over 3j, like so. So all I've done is just kind of like take that 36 and bring it into the expression there for the velocity. Okay, so far so good. So now what we're going to do with that, let's think. So with that now, what we're going to do is find out what this is when t is equal to 4. When t is equal to 4, we're going to find this velocity when t is 4. Okay, so the velocity when t is 4 is going to be 4 minus 2 times by 4 squared plus 36I plus 3 times by 4 minus 4 cubed over 3j, like so. Okay, let's see what that works out to be. So we're going to have 4 minus 2, oops, just double check, yeah, so it's going to be 4 minus 2 times by 4 squared plus 36 is 164I, 164I plus, that's going to be 164I. Let's just double check. Oh, hang on a minute. Have I got the sign right there? You know what? I'm just going to put that in again. That doesn't seem to be correct to me. Let me just get rid of that there. Okay, let me just work that out again. I think I put them all in as pluses there. So it should be 4 minus 2 times by, this is feeling better, 4 minus 2 times 4 squared plus 36. There we go, that seems more sensible. That is 8i, which seems more correct. 8i there. And the next one is going to be 3 times by 4, and it's going to be minus 4 to the power of 3 all over 3, like so. It's going to be minus 28 over 3j. So that's going to be minus 28 over 3j. And that is meters per second, okay? So that's the velocity when t equals 4. It is 8i minus 28 over 3j. Okay, perfect. That's part A done. Part B, find the value of t at the instant when p is moving in a direction which is perpendicular to I. Now, in my experience, students do find this bit a little bit tricky to sort of conceptualize, to visualize what's going on. So what we're saying is, at some instant, the particle is moving perpendicular to the I-axis. So like that's I there, and that's our j. Now the thing is, when something is moving perpendicular to the I-axis, the only thing that's changing is the j value. Okay, so the I is essentially not changing. So what we do is, in our equation here, this one, we're going to basically equate this I component to 0. So if something's moving perpendicular to I, only the j is changing. So the I component is 0. That's the crucial bit. So we're going to write down t minus 2t squared plus 36 is going to equal 0. So t minus 2t squared plus 36 is going to equal 0. Okay, so that's what we're solving. So 2t squared minus t minus 36 is going to equal 0. Okay, now, so we're going to factorize that. And you know what? Just to save time, I'm going to put it in the calculator this time, rather than, I know I like doing the old rainbow split, but I'll put it in the calculator. So we've got a polynomial of degree 2, and we've got 2t squared minus t minus 36 is going to give me that t is equal to 9 over 2, or t is equal to minus 4. Okay. Now, t is greater than 0, so we do not want that solution. So it's t is equal to 9 over 2, or 4.5 is what we want there. So 4.5 seconds, as t has to be greater than 0. And that's our answer to part B for 3 marks. But as I say, the difficulty there just was that when something's moving perpendicular to the I-axis, it means that the I component we basically equate to 0. Now, this next bit's worth 6 marks, so we perhaps expect it to be quite challenging, but let's see what it says. At time t seconds, where t is greater than or equal to 0, a particle q moves so that its position vector r relative to a fixed origin is given by that. Find the value of t at the instant when the speed of q is 5 meters per second. So speed, we should note, speed is equal to the magnitude of velocity. So we need to find out what the velocity is. But velocity is the derivative of the displacement equation. So the velocity is going to be given by differentiating. It's going to be dr by dt in this case. So we're going to differentiate the position vector equation. So that's going to give us 2t minus 1i, because we've differentiated the t squared minus t, and it's going to be plus 3j. Okay, so that's our expression for our velocity. Now what we're saying is that the magnitude of this 2t minus I, minus 1i plus 3j, the magnitude of that is equal to 5. Now the way in which we find the magnitude is by squaring the I components, squaring the j components, and basically square rooting them. So what we're going to say is that the magnitude of v equaling 5 is the same as saying that 2t minus 1 squared plus 3 squared square rooted is equal to 5. And the key thing there was the mention of the word speed. That's how I knew that this was the correct approach. Okay, so we could just square both sides here and say that 2t minus 1 squared plus 9 is equal to 25. So that's going to go to 4t squared minus 4t plus 1 plus 9 is equal to 25, which is going to go to 4t squared minus 4t minus 10, minus 15 is going to equal 0. Okay, so it's going to be minus 15 because it's 10 take away 25. It's going to be minus 15. Is going to equal 0. Okay, now when we put this into our calculator and factorize it, let's see what we get for this one. So here we go again to polynomial degree 2, and it is 4t squared minus 4 and minus 15 there. Okay, so that is giving me, that is, by the way, minus 15 here. So that's giving me t is equal to 5 over 2, or t is equal to minus 3 over 2. T is greater than 0, so we don't want that one. So it's going to basically be t is 2.5 here. So yeah, find the value of t. Oh, that's it done. Wow, it's kind of hard to believe that that's 6 marks, but that is our 6 marks. I guess it's because it's quite conceptually, there's a number of conceptually difficult ideas there, aren't there? We've got to know that speed is the magnitude of velocity. We've got to know that we're given the displacement equation, so we've got to differentiate it. And then we've got to set the magnitude equal to that and solve for t. But I do think that that was quite a nice 6 marks, to be fair. Okay, hope you found that helpful. Remember, if you're finding these videos useful, if you could remember to subscribe to the channel, that's going to help me keep on making more videos moving forward. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.